and Miffy was riding her scooter. Snuffy came running up. Hello, Snuffy. Tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm going to invite my friends to a party. Will you come too? Snuffy barked happily. She certainly would. Miffy scooted along. When she arrived at Poppy Pig's house, Poppy and Grunty were working in the garden. Hello, said Miffy. Will you and Grunty come to my birthday party tomorrow? We're going camping on the hill. I'd love to come, Miffy, said Poppy. Grunty wants to come too. That's wonderful, Miffy said. I have to go now because I want to invite Boris and Barbara as well. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Miffy, said Poppy and Grunty. It was a long ride to Boris and Barbara's house. And when Miffy arrived, she didn't see Boris or Barbara. Boris! Barbara! called Miffy. Over here, she heard. And there she spotted them, through the trees. They were picking wild strawberries. Hello, Boris. Hello, Barbara, said Miffy. I'd like to invite you to my birthday party tomorrow. That sounds great, Miffy, answered Boris. And we love parties, said Barbara. We'll be there. See you tomorrow then, said Miffy. And she scooted on home, all excited about her birthday. Just one night away. That night, when Miffy went to bed, Father Bunny said, Tomorrow will be a big day. Sleep tight, Miffy. But Miffy couldn't sleep. Teddy, can you smell something? She whispered. It smells delicious, and it's making me feel hungry. She got out of bed and went into the kitchen, where Mother Bunny was baking something in the oven. Mother, she said, I can't sleep because the smell is making me hungry. What are you baking? It's a surprise for your birthday, Miffy. I think that you can't sleep because you're too excited about tomorrow. Here's some hot milk to help you fall asleep. Good night, Miffy. Sleep well. This time, Miffy soon fell asleep. When she woke up, it was light outside. Teddy! Teddy! Wake up! Today it's my birthday, said Miffy. She went to wake up her parents. Mother! Mother, wake up! She whispered. It's my birthday today. Oh, Miffy, said Mother Bunny sleepily. It's only 6 o'clock. It's still too early. I'll take you back to bed, said Father Bunny. It gets light outside much earlier in the summer, Miffy, but you must sleep a little longer. Miffy was feeling tired, and she could hardly keep her eyes open. Next time you wake up, the sun will be shining and we can start celebrating your birthday. Sleep well, Miffy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miffy. Happy birthday to you.
Today was Miffy's birthday, so she was wearing her birthday dress. Hooray! There was a delicious carrot cake on the table and a special birthday chair. She noticed a drawing on the seat. What's this? She asked. I know. It's a clue. I have to look for my birthday present under my bed. How exciting! And she hurried to her room. There it was. Miffy opened the package carefully and gasped. What a beautiful necklace! Thank you very much. Then she saw another drawing in the box. Now I have to look in the kitchen cupboard. There she found her second package and opened it. A book about the moon and the stars. How wonderful, she said. Thank you, Father and Mother. They're lovely presents. Just then, they heard barking outside. I think Snuffy also has a present for you, Miffy, said Father Bunny. Hello, Snuffy, said Miffy. How nice of you to visit me on my birthday. Snuffy barked again. What is it? Asked Miffy. And then she saw the present in the doghouse, and she opened it. It's a ball. Thank you, Snuffy. Bye, Snuffy. I have to go to school now. We can play with it later. Father Bunny drove Miffy to school, and they took the carrot cake with them. At break, Miffy and Melanie had built a castle in the sandbox. We are the king and queen, and this is our castle, said Melanie. Yes, said Miffy, and I am the queen with my beautiful necklace. She felt her neck. Oh no, she gasped. It's gone. I must have lost it. She looked around in the sandbox, but she couldn't see it. So she started digging in the sand. Melanie helped her. Soon they had dug up all the sand from the sandbox, but they still hadn't found Miffy's necklace. Just then the teacher walked by. Miffy? Melanie? What are you two doing? She asked. Miffy was crying. I've lost my new necklace, she said. Oh dear. But didn't you take it off to show it to me earlier? Perhaps it's still lying in the classroom. Miffy quickly went back inside to look. And there it was. She ran outside again. I found it, she called out. I'm glad, Miffy, said the teacher. Now let's all help to put the sand back in the sandbox. And then it was time to celebrate Miffy's birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miffy. Happy birthday to you.
Miffy was having her birthday party. She had invited her friends to go camping on the hill, and now she was helping Father Bunny to pack the car. I think that's everything, he said, as he put the blanket in the car. Mother Bunny came out of the house. We mustn't forget the picnic basket, she said. Now we're ready to go. They drove through the meadows and up the hill. Boris, Barbara and Melanie were already at the camping place to welcome them. Happy birthday, Miffy, they cheered. Then Poppy Pig and Grunty arrived with Snuffy. Happy birthday, Miffy, they said. Welcome to my birthday party, said Miffy. I'm so happy you all came. Now we'll put up our tent, said Father Bunny. When they had finished, Mother Bunny opened the picnic basket. Time for lemonade and birthday cake, she said. Hooray! Cheered everybody. I'll leave one piece of cake, said Mother Bunny. You never know who else might come. Suddenly, Miffy heard a strange sound coming from the sky. She looked up. Look, she shouted. A plane! Up in the sky, they could see a small plane approaching. It's Uncle in his plane, cried Mother Bunny. Miffy waved. Hello, she shouted. As the plane flew by, they could see a bright flag tied behind it. Uncle is sending you a birthday greeting, said Mother Bunny. What a lovely surprise, said Miffy. Will he come to my party too? She asked. It might be difficult for him to land here, but who knows? Then Boris had a surprise for Miffy. This morning, I laid a trail. Follow the coloured arrows and you'll find a big surprise. They looked around. I can see a yellow one, said Grunty. Miffy, Melanie and Boris followed her down the hill. Then they saw a red arrow. It looks as if we'll have to go through the woods, said Miffy. The next arrow was difficult to spot. There, said Miffy. It was hard to find it in the woods because it's brown. When they followed the brown arrow, they came to an open field, and there they saw... Uncle! Shouted Miffy. You came! Happy birthday, Miffy, said Uncle. And here's your birthday present. Miffy opened the package carefully. What is it? She asked. It's a telescope, so you can look really far, said Uncle. Tonight I'll stay up late so we can look at the stars together, said Miffy. Thank you, Uncle. I am happy you came.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miffy. Happy birthday to you.
On the hill, Miffy was celebrating her birthday. A new guest has arrived, called Miffy. Welcome to the party, said Mother Bunny. Look what Uncle gave me, said Miffy. It's a telescope to look at the stars, said Uncle. Please, may I stay up late tonight to look at the stars? Asked Miffy. Yes, as it's your birthday, you may stay up late for once, said Mother Bunny. Hooray! It will take a long time to get dark tonight, Miffy, said Uncle, because it's Midsummer's night. What is that? Asked Grunty. It's the shortest night and the longest day of the year, Grunty, said Uncle. How can we stay awake that long? Asked Melanie. I know, said Miffy. We can play games. Let's play Drop the Handkerchief. What a good idea. Everyone joined in. They sat on the ground with their eyes closed. Miffy went first. As she walked round the circle, she sang. A tisket, a tasket, a green and yellow basket. Miffy kept walking around the circle. She laid the handkerchief down behind Boris, very quietly. Nobody noticed it because they still had their eyes closed. When the song was finished, everybody opened their eyes and looked behind them. "Boris, it's you," said Barbara. "Now you have to catch Miffy." Boris stood up as fast as he could and chased Miffy. But Miffy was quicker and he couldn't catch her. Miffy sat down in Boris's place. "I won," she said. They all laughed. "Yes, you won. So now it's my turn," said Boris. A tisket, a tasket, a green and yellow basket. And so they played for a long time, but it still didn't get dark. "I'm getting hungry from all this running," said Grunty. Just then, they heard a strange sound. "What's that?" asked Barbara. Miffy laughed. "I think it's Uncle's tummy," she said. "Then it must be time for the birthday dinner," said Mother Bunny. "I'm sure my tummy will enjoy that," said Uncle. Boris and Uncle built a campfire. Then everybody sat down again to enjoy the meal. It was a delicious birthday dinner. After dinner, Boris began to strum his banjo. The sun was setting and it was nearly dark, but still there were no stars in the sky. Grunty had already fallen asleep. "I'm going to stay awake all night," yawned Miffy. "Me too," yawned Melanie. But by the time the moon and the stars were in the sky, both of them were also fast asleep.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miffy. Happy birthday to you.
It was the evening of Miffy's birthday, and nearly everybody was asleep. Nothing could be heard except the sound of Poppy snoring, and Boris too. Uncle, Mother and Father Bunny were sitting by the campfire. "The stars are beautiful tonight," sighed Uncle. "It's too bad that Miffy was too tired to stay awake." Inside their tent, Miffy, Melanie and Grunty were fast asleep. Suddenly, a shadow moved outside the tent, followed by a digging sound close by. It woke Melanie up. "Miffy! Grunty! Wake up!" she whispered. "Something's outside the tent." The girls saw a shadow moving around and heard the digging. "What is it, Miffy? I'm scared." "I don't know, Grunty," said Miffy, "but it's trying to get into our tent." Then they heard a soft whining. "Snuffy?" said Miffy. And there, underneath the tent cloth, Snuffy's head appeared. "Snuffy!" laughed Miffy. "You really scared us." Why are we sleeping with all our clothes on? Asked Melanie. I thought we were going to stay awake to look at the stars, said Grunty. Yes, but I think that we fell asleep and my parents took us to bed, said Miffy. Let's look at the stars now. Outside they saw Uncle, Mother and Father Bunny still sitting by the campfire. So you're awake, whispered Mother Bunny. Yes, said Miffy. Snuffy woke us up, and now we want to look at the stars. They're so beautiful tonight. Indeed they are, said Uncle. And from my plane, I spotted a good place right on top of the next hill. From there, we can watch the stars even better. Follow me. They took 2 lanterns and followed him. I'm scared in the dark, whispered Grunty. We're with you, Grunty. Come and hold my hand, said Mother Bunny. It's not far. Miffy and Melanie held hands too. It's a bit scary, isn't it? Said Melanie. But it's a real adventure, said Miffy. I think Uncle wouldn't take us if it wasn't safe. They had to climb a big hill. That is an observation post, said Uncle. Used to look at the stars. When they finally reached the top, the view was magnificent. They could see stars all around them. Miffy looked through her telescope. She saw stars, the moon, and a shooting star, so she could make a wish. I wish that I could have a birthday every day. Today is the last day of school before the holidays, said the teacher. Hooray! Hooray! So, let's draw the things that you can see in winter. What fun, said Miffy, and she began to draw. All morning the children made beautiful drawings. Aggie drew a yellow sledge. And Winnie drew a brown tree with snow on it. Melanie drew a hat and a yellow scarf with a green stripe. And Miffy drew a picture of her yellow skis and a picture of a snow bunny. Then it was time for break, and all the children went outside to play. I'm so excited that I'm coming to stay at your house during the holidays, Melanie said to Miffy. Me too, said Miffy. And on New Year's Day, we can give a party for all our friends. Let's invite Winnie and Aggie. But Winnie and Aggie couldn't come. We're celebrating New Year at home with our family, said Aggie. Oh, I know, said Miffy. We can invite Grunty, Poppy Pig and Auntie Alice. Yes, said Melanie. And Snuffy and Boris and Barbara too. Let's make some invitations. The break was over and the children went back indoors. Miffy had an idea. Let's turn our drawings into invitations, she said. What a good idea, said Melanie. So, on the back of their drawings, they glued on some stars and stamped a big number 1 for the first day of the new year. Next, they decorated 4 different envelopes. 1 for Poppy Pig and Grunty, One for Boris and Barbara, one for Auntie Alice, and one for Snuffy. Finally, they blew up 4 differently coloured balloons. They tied the invitations with long ribbons to the balloons. At the end of the day, the teachers said goodbye and wished them a happy holiday. "I'm sure your friends will love those invitations," she said. "My father can help us deliver the invitations in his car," said Miffy. As they scooted along, the wind blew the balloons this way and that. So the girls held on tightly to the ribbons. Suddenly, Melanie hit a bump. She let go of her balloons and fell to the ground. "Oh no!" cried Miffy, and she let go of her balloons too. "Are you all right?" she asked as she helped Melanie to get up. "I'm okay," said Melanie, "but our invitations are gone." "I know," said Miffy. "The wind has blown them away, but I'm glad you're not hurt."
4 bright balloons fly like a kite, red and yellow, green and white. First the white one floats away, 3 balloons are left to stay. White like a cloud, high in the sky, where will this balloon fly?
So the king and queen held a big party to celebrate, and they all lived happily ever after. "What a beautiful story," said Grunty. "Yes, wasn't it? And now it's bedtime." "Poppy," cried Grunty, "I think I saw something outside. It was round and white. Can I go out and have a look?" "No, Grunty," said Poppy. "It's too cold, and you are wearing only your pyjamas, so I'll go instead." Poppy opened the door and looked out. She looked to the right, and she looked to the left, but she saw nothing strange. So she walked to the side of the house, and she looked again, and then on the other side, but there was nothing there either. "There's nothing outside, Grunty, so now we really must go to bed." Grunty was disappointed. She was sure that she had seen something. "Good night, Grunty." "Sleep well," said Poppy. "Good night, Poppy," said Grunty, and they both fell asleep. Outside, the wind started blowing harder. The balloons zigzagged across the window. "Poppy! Poppy!" Grunty whispered. "Poppy, wake up! There is something outside." Poppy woke up and saw a shadow move across the room. "Wait here, Grunty, while I get a broom," whispered Poppy. With the broom in her hand, Poppy crept slowly up to the window. Carefully, she opened it and jabbed the broom outside. When she pulled the broom back in, there was a burst balloon dangling from the end. Grunty laughed. "We were scared of a balloon," said Poppy. "Look," said Grunty. There's a ribbon hanging from it. Poppy pulled at the ribbon. I think it's stuck in the window frame, said Grunty. Poppy reached out of the window and pulled the ribbon loose. She saw that there was an envelope at the end of the ribbon. There's a picture of Boris and Barbara on the front. How exciting, said Grunty. May I open it? Of course you may, said Poppy. Grunty opened the envelope and saw the beautiful drawing inside. I think Boris and Barbara are inviting us to a New Year's party, said Poppy. Really? said Grunty. How wonderful! Yes, said Poppy. But first we'd better get some sleep. Good night, Grunty. Good night, Poppy. And they dreamt about the party. But the only thing was, they thought the party would be at Boris and Barbara's house.
3 bright balloons like stars in the sky. Miffy sleeps while they pass by. Next the red one flies away. 2 balloons are left to stay. 1 red balloon off in the night lies till first morning light.
Early in the morning, at Boris and Barbara's house, Boris and Barbara were decorating the living room. A cold draught blew through the window. Boris, please will you fetch some logs from the pile outside so that we can light the fire? Yes, of course, said Boris. And he went out at once. It was even colder outside. I'm glad I cut those logs in the summer, Boris thought. Now they can make a cosy fire and keep us warm. Suddenly, Boris heard the sound of barking in the distance. He turned around. That sounds like Snuffy, he thought. He called out, Snuffy? Snuffy! Snuffy answered with a bark. I'd better go and see, said Boris. He put the log back on the pile and walked towards the woods. As Boris got closer, he noticed something red shining through the trees. I wonder what it is, he thought. When he got there, he saw Snuffy barking at a red balloon high up in a tree. Hello, Snuffy, said Boris. Have you found a pretty balloon to play with? I think we'll need a ladder, though, to get it out of there. Wait here and I'll get one. Just as Boris was taking the ladder out of the shed, Barbara came round the corner looking for him. Boris! I thought you were fetching logs for the fire. I was, answered Boris. But then I heard Snuffy barking. There's a red balloon stuck in a tree. Oh, said Barbara. Shall I help you carry the ladder? Together they carried the ladder to the woods, where Snuffy was still barking. They put the ladder against the tree, and Boris climbed it. Be careful, Boris, said Barbara. But Boris managed to free the balloon. Then Barbara noticed an envelope at the end of the ribbon. "Look," she said, "there's something tied to the balloon. It looks like it's a letter for Snuffy." Barbara opened the envelope. "I think it's an invitation for a New Year's Day party. But who's it from?" Said Boris. "I suppose Snuffy knows where the party is." "But now I'm going to take the logs indoors, as I said I would." They walked back towards the house together. Snuffy wagged her tail, happy to have the balloon at last.
Two bright balloons dance in the sky. Can you tell? Well, they'll fly. Now the yellow drifts away. Just the green is left to stay.
In Miffy's house, Miffy and Melanie were fast asleep. They woke up and smelt something delicious. "I wonder what that smell is. Let's go and find out." The two girls followed the smell into the kitchen. "Good morning, Miffy and Melanie," said Mother Bunny. "Tomorrow is New Year's Day, so I've baked a cake for us all. Would you like to make some special New Year's biscuits?" she asked. Miffy and Melanie thought that was a good idea. First, they flattened the lump of dough. Next, they rolled it smooth and thin. Then they began to cut out the shapes. "Look, this one is a star," said Melanie. "And mine is a tree," said Miffy. When there was no more dough left, Mother Bunny put the plate in the oven. While the biscuits are baking, you can get dressed. "Then I'll take you to Auntie Alice's for your dancing lesson," said Mother Bunny. Miffy and Melanie cheered. "Hooray! This holiday is so much fun!" "I've got a surprise for you today," said Auntie Alice. "I've made a special dance and I'm now going to teach it to you."
Dance with good rhythm is what you should do. Follow the piano and you'll hear it too. From 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, wait. You must count exactly, so do concentrate.
Make 2 small steps forward and 1 small step back. And now turn around with your hands on your back. Lift up your arms, make sure they are round. Clapping your hands, stamp on the ground.
"Very good," said Auntie Alice. Aggie suddenly said, "Look, it started snowing again." "Auntie Alice," asked Miffy, "can we go out and play in the snow?" "Of course you can," said Auntie Alice. The girls had a lot of fun in the snow. Miffy was hit by a snowball and fell. Just then, Miffy noticed something yellow sticking out from under a tree. What could it be? "Look, Melanie," said Miffy. "It's the invitation we made for Auntie Alice." "An invitation for me?" Auntie Alice asked. What for? It's an invitation to our New Year's party tomorrow, said Miffy. Will you come? Of course I will, said Auntie Alice. Thank you very much for inviting me. And thank you, clever yellow balloon, for having found the way here all by yourself.
One green balloon up very high, bobbing brightly in the sky, floating over fields of snow. Tell me, green one, where you'll go.
At Boris and Barbara's house, Boris was looking out of the window. There's still some snow, he said. It's a beautiful day for a walk. Yes, said Barbara. Let's go over to Miffy's house and wish her Happy New Year. Because it was getting late, Boris took along a lantern for later. In the forest, they met Snuffy. Hello, Snuffy. You must be going to your New Year's party, said Barbara. Snuffy gave a happy bark and walked in the very same direction that Boris and Barbara were going. Said Barbara. Perhaps Snuffy's invitation came from Miffy. But before they could think about that, there was another surprise. Hello, Snuffy. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Boris, they heard. It was Poppy and Grunty. Happy New Year! And a Happy New Year to you too, said Boris. Where are you going? We were coming to your New Year's party, said Poppy. Our New Year's party? Said Barbara, surprised. But we're not giving a party. Oh, said Grunty. Then I wonder who this invitation is from. Well, said Boris, it looks as if that invitation was meant for Barbara and me. Oh, said Grunty again. Don't worry, Grunty, said Barbara. I think the New Year's party is at Miffy's house, and I'm sure we'll all be welcome. Said Melanie. I'm glad we made these biscuits. They are delicious. Yes, said Miffy, and when Auntie Alice comes, she can have some too. What's that I hear outside? Asked Miffy. I can see something over there, said Melanie. I wonder who that can be. Let's go outside and find out, said Father Bunny. Then Miffy saw it was Boris and Barbara, and Snuffy and Poppy and Grunty were with them. Happy New Year, shouted Boris. Happy New Year, shouted Miffy. Then they noticed someone else approaching. It was Auntie Alice, carrying a whole lot of balloons. Happy New Year, everybody! I've brought everyone a balloon. When you let it go, you can make a wish. Hooray! They all cheered. They all started to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! All the balloons flew up in the sky. And Miffy made a wish that all her New Year's parties would be as good as this one.
Big bright balloons light up the sky. Watch them float, watch them fly. Suddenly we see the green, Big balloon, where have you been? Every balloon, far away or near, to wish you a happy new year.